Hi, salam to everyone. I'm Abdul Amin Mahesar. You are watching my YouTube channel Criminology with Abdul Amin Mahesar. Today I am going to discuss a very important subject, that is prison system in Pakistan. Today I have made some outlines regarding this topic, that we will cover history of prisons, current COVID-19 fear, background of jails or prisons in Pakistan, objects, functions, problems in jails, achievements, rules and recommendations. So also what is history of prisons in Pakistan? So let me discuss here. The Pakistan is inherited with the prison system from the British as a colonial legacy. This system was used as an instrument to suppress political opponents and to neutralize threats to crown rule. So we have inherited the prison system from the British. The prison as a place of punishment after conviction is an 18th century concept. It was conceived as a humanitarian alternative to corporal punishment. It was felt that the confinement would help prisoners to become penitent, and the penitence would be the result in reformation. So main purpose to keep them in the prison to maybe rehabilitated in the previous position. It was not until the 19th century that a prison reform movement took shape, when for the first time classification, segregation, individualized treatment and vocational training of inmates were given due consideration. The first prison reform program was introduced in Pakistan during the year 1950 under the chairmanship of Colonel Salamatullah, ex-IG prisoner of UP Combined India, Uttar Pradesh. Later, various reforms committees were constituted in province under the auspices of the federal government in order to settle the grievances brought by the prisoners. The recommendations to these committees were invariably approved. However, no productive work could be done, mainly because financial constraints. So, what is the present COVID fear? Fearing of coronavirus inside the prison. It is a very burning issue that the worldwide is fearing from this coronavirus. So the coronavirus is rapidly growing news story in every country. Every country is polished in this virus. As the coronavirus spreads in every state, one of the most dangerous places to be is the prisoners. Incarcerated people know it. The people who are inside the jail, they know it, how it breaks, because there is no classification in our jails. They are aware of when infectious disease gets inside. It gets around fast, and resulting medical care often leaves much to be desired. Prisons around the country are now on the high alert, trying to prevent a coronavirus outbreak among the inmates, many of whom are elderly or have pre-existing condition. They are in poor condition, they cannot be. But it might just be a matter of regime. The COVID-19 outbreak from the China, and it is spread worldwide, is still existing, and people are dying daily basis. In the China, the virus is sickened hundreds of the prisoners, while Iran has released 85,000 incarcerated people, means people who are in jail, to slow the disease spread. It was the boldest step taken by the Iranian state to release prisoners to avoid from the outbreak of the fear of the coronavirus. Everybody is talking about it. Every time somebody coughs, People are joking, oh, Corona, because we are trying to make light of the situation. But what could they do if this whole place, if 60% of the population here had it? You know, there's nothing they could do. And I feel like that something that should have been considered when they are sentencing us all this time. So people are taking very light of the corona is still there's no vaccine. It's spread from the touching, from the coughing, like anything. That's why the only precaution and follow the SOPs of the governments which issued. So let and speed it must be followed. What is background of the prison system in Pakistan? So we are talking about the maximum security prisoners were commonly identified the walls and towers for armed guards as well as the restrictive rules for the prisoners. Whenever we are seeing the big walls out of the road of the big cities, sometimes we say we the image we have built this is maybe a jail or prison. The people are inside there. They are punished. The colonial prisoner system was conceived as an instrument of punishment. Harsh and brutal treatment was meted out to the prisoners, such as the imposition of handcuffs and fetters as well as hard labor, cellular as separated confinements, whipping, dietary restriction, the substitution of gunny clothes, and loss of privileges. The jailer, being the head of the institutions without uniform, had to play the role of judge, and his orders were to be implemented through his deputy designated as the chief executive officer of the prison. Prisons were operated under the military style system of authority. Each officer in the staff hierarchy had specified duties and responsibilities. They are round the clock, they are doing that. Was linked to the officer of higher and lower rank through a chain of command. Despite its hierarchical logic, the system of authority and communication had serious weaknesses. One problem was that policy decisions were made by the administrators who were far removed the realities of the daily life in the prison. The present existing structure of the prisons in Pakistan. So now we are talking about the present structural system in prisons of Pakistan. At present, there are 99 prisons in Pakistan, including Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, which includes 4 women jails, 1 jail in Punjab, that is women jail, Multan, 3 jails in Sindh province. Women jail Larkana, women jail Karachi, and special women jail in Hyderabad, Nara. However, women prisoners are also kept in separate portions of their jails, other jails. It also includes 2 Borstal institutions and juvenile jails, that is BI Borstal institutions, and juvenile jails in Bahawalpur, and Borstal institutions and juvenile jails Faisalabad. Juvenile prisoners are also kept in the Youthful Offenders Industrial School, Karachi, and separate prisoners of the jails of the country. So, what are the objects? We have made the prisoners. That is very clear and crystal. That now we're talking about the objects of the prisoners. Why we have established such kind of the places where the criminals are kept. The one of the most main object to custody keeping inmates in a safe place of the confinement to the satisfaction of the court. Number 2 object that control maintaining discipline within the prison premises. The care meeting basic needs of the inmates. And the fourth object, correction providing better physical, mental, and psychological counseling to reform and rehabilitate the convicts inmates. Last but not the least, that object to cure provision of facilities that are needed for the normal person to become productive member of the society or mates. So it's very important that we must follow the objects what we have made jails. So inshallah we will come in second lecture and more topics. Thank you very much.